All right. So we are back for another session of Drk Drsya Viveka based on the teachings of Sri Prabhuji. So in this session, we are discussing talk number 36. All right. So there are some basic things we need to get straight here in this talk. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So in talk 36, we talk extensively about reflection. What is this? It's a bowl of water, right? Now, one by one, let us try to answer these little questions here. What does the bowl stand for?
Body.
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 Body. What does the water stand for?
Mind.
Mind.
Very good.
Mind. Yeah.
What is the reflection?
Chidabhasa.
Chidabhasa.
Very good. What is the space inside the pot?
Sakshi.
Very good. And the space outside the pot?
Brahman.
Brahma.
Done. This is what Prabhuji has spoken about in this entire talk. So are we good? This is quite simple, Alva.
Oh.
So with the help of the body and the bowl of water and the reflection, we can understand. Similarly, the body, the reflection of Brahman in the mind is Chidabhasa. And the association with that is the Jiva. And what is the Sakshi? Space inside the body is Sakshi Andare. How do you associate that with me? What is my Sakshi? Give example.
Like in all three states, the observation is from pure consciousness. Is it okay?
I can observe my mind. That is a Sakshi. I can observe, I can analyze my thoughts because, I'm able to look at it from some point. That is Sakshi.
I can take decisions.
Observation of my own body-mind complex is
Sakshi.
Sakshi Bhava. Jiva Sakshi. Jiva. I cannot observe your mind. I can observe my mind. That is why it is called the space inside the pot. So for me, it is limited to me. That Sakshi Bhava, Jiva Sakshi Bhava is limited to me. Whereas when the limitation of the body-mind goes, you become the space, you realize that the space inside me and outside me is the same. Then you become Ishvara Sakshi. See, the difference between Sakshi and Brahman, it can be confusing. So you're clear about that, no? All of us. Brahman Sakshi and Ishvara Sakshi and Jiva Sakshi. Okay, fine. So what shape does the Chidabhasa take? The Chidabhasa.
Shape of the mind.
Does
Shape
mind
of the
have a shape?
reflection of the mind at that time.
Mind have a shape? What is the shape of the mind?
Chidabhasa takes the shape of the one which is perceived by the mind.
Vessel. Takes the
Perceived
shape
by
of
the
the
mind.
vessel.
First, when it comes from the Mahatattva, it will be maximum pure consciousness. After
Then it takes some shape.
that, with the Jiva, it will become I ego.
Correct. It takes a shape. What shape is the question? Rajni?
It will take the shape of the ego. My vasanas, my this thing, my body, my personality.
Ego also is subtle. What shape does the ego have? What is shape that the Antakarana? What in me has a shape?
Body.
The body.
Chidabhasa takes the shape of the body.
Body. Okay.
Because the identification is with this shape, name and form. The name and form is what Chidabhasa gets associated with. Isn't it? So the Chidabhasa takes the shape of the pot. And so, once again, what is Jiva?
Manasu. Chidabhasa.
Body, mind, intellect complex.
The reflection of the pure consciousness in the mind associated with the body is Jiva.
Jiva.
So, what happens to the reflection to the Chidabhasa, because it's associated with the mind? What happens when the mind gets agitated?
It also gets agitated. It
Body,
thinks that
mind,
the whole thing is agitated.
disturbed.
Yes. Forgetting that I am not the reflection, I am the pure being, I also get daga 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 when the mind shakes. But does anything happen to the inner space when the mind in the pot? The water is
No, nothing.
No.
nothing.
It is still.
Happens to the- It is still.
The Sakshi is the same.
Sakshi is nothing happens to the Sakshi.
Sakshi.
This is what we have to understand. And then, so why does the feeling of sentience come to the Chidabhasa? Actually, Chidabhasa is Chetana and everything else is Jada. Can there be a relationship between Jada and Chetana?
Because we associate it with the mind. Chidabhasa thinks I am the mind. Because of I am.
Prantijanya Sambandha.
Prantijanya Sambandha.
It's an illusory association. It cannot. It's like oil and water. They cannot mix. Yet, they appear to be one and the same.
Correct.
That is the problem. And because of this reflection only, the body feels it is insentient. Because the Chidabhasa is lighting up the body, it feels I am sentient. It is like a fan which comes alive when the electricity turns it on. The fan is Jada only. It can never be a sentient being. Yet it feels it is sentient. Right? So Chidabhasa feels I am this body. What does Sakshi do? Just watches. Whereas the Chidabhasa is nothing but Sakshi only. There is no difference between Chidabhasa and Sakshi. There are no two entities called Chidabhasa and Sakshi. The only difference is the Sakshi watches and the Chidabhasa is moving along with the turbulence of the mind, current. Okay, what else is happening in this sloka? Is Jiva aware of Sakshi and Brahman? The Jiva, the Jiva which is associated with the BMI, is it aware of Sakshi or Brahman?
Not
No,
aware.
no,
Not aware unless Jnana comes.
Yes. So what does it keep doing, the Jiva?
It is always associated with the body, BMI.
And the outer world. And the
Outer
outer.
world. And it turbulates, like there is a turbulence according to the situation outside.
Yes, correct. So how can the Jiva come to know? Like Jayashree said, of course, the Sadguru has to come and give the
Teachings.
knowledge. But can it be proved empirically that I am Sakshi? Can you prove it?
No.
Yes. In a
As
way,
an
yes.
experience.
In a way, no. Yes. When I can separate myself from the thoughts, that is the time when the Sakshi comes into play. And if I'm carried away with it, then you're a part of it. If after the knowledge, you can separate yourself, then you have come to a place, then you definitely you can separate. This is happening outside of me. This is not me. And that is how you take care of the situation.
So where does this separation happen?
Mind.
Mind.
Viveka, in the intellect only the separation can happen. It cannot be done on a physical plane at all. Because the Sakshi is not given to experience. It cannot be experimented with. In a laboratory, it cannot be proved. So what is this experience called? How many kind of anubhutis are there? We have done this, no? What is this? What is the direct experience called?
Aparoksha.
Paroksha anubhuti. Direct experience. It cannot be proved to somebody. It cannot be demonstrated to somebody. It is my own inner personal experience. Therefore, it is called as aparoksha anubhuti. Yes. Then what else is there? So what is the limitation of the teachings of the Veda Vakyas? Can it give you liberation? Direct, okay, take. Can it give you that?
It removes all misunderstandings. Like I am body mind complex. It removes. Then only you can go inwards. The jiva will go towards the sakshi. Then you can. It is not realization. To understand. Like no words for that also. You negate everything. At last you'll realize that sakshi.
Yes. There are twofold process. Chitta Shuddhi has to happen. Purity of mind has to happen. Huh?
ಕ್ರಮಮುಕ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸದ್ಯೋಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು.
Dyo Mukti. Krama Mukti. All of it is Krama Mukti only is what in the next video.
Yeah.
It looks as if Sadhyo Mukti has happened, but actually in the previous Janmas, so much sadhana has been done. He was taking the example of Ramana, isn't it? It looked as if in that particular Janma, Dadar, he got liberation. It isn't actually. He has done a lot of sadhana in the previous Janmas and then come to this stage. It looks that the fruit has taken a long time to ripen. Suddenly, when I'm watching, it falls. It is just a moment when you just happen to be looking and it fell. But
Correct.
no, it has taken its time to ripen. So there is no Sadhya Mukti, there is only Krama Mukti. That Sadhya Mukti is just a flash of in the time span. Anupama, Hari Om.
Hari Om
We
ji.
can also say that Krama Mukti only leads to Sadhya Mukti.
Yeah.
Correct. So what is Sadhya Mukti? What is Krama Mukti? Anupama, you haven't spoken, so let us hear from you.
Krama Mukti is sadhana to achieve liberation, and Jiva Mukti is liberation.
So in what happens in Krama Mukti? What is the process? In Krama Mukti, what happens? What are we supposed to do for this Krama Mukti?
Means what we have to do means we have to take up the techniques for our Chitta Shuddhi and unlearn the wrong understandings through our scriptures, Vedanta, Guru Vakya.
Correct.
And Guruji has given a wonderful example in this particular talk about telling his daughter, giving the example of a tree. And how do you do for Krama Mukti? And what is Krama Mukti? Cut the leaves, cut the branches, try to cut this one and then go down. That is Krama Mukti. And directly try to drill the root. That is Sadhya Mukti.
Right.
So he said very beautifully a question also. So how should I know that where the roots are? So that means that is to acquire jnana. So that was very nice talk by Guruji.
Correct. So this Krama Mukti is easier. It's a more approachable method.
Through Bhakti Marga, Gnana Marga, all the margas.
Dharma, Bhakti, Dhyana, everything helps in cutting the branches.
Yes.
Cutting the branches.
Correct.
Jnana Khadga, later, last stage, even for Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. How much his whole life he was experimenting with all the religions, everything he was doing. Of course, he did it only for our sake, to showcase that it can be done, of course. He was an enlightened, he was an avatara. Then in the story of his life, the drama of his life, the last Jnana Khadga comes from the Advaita master Totapuri. Very interesting. Okay. I think that is what we have covered in these two talks.
37 also is covered or not? 38. This particular talk in English, I think it was given by Guruji. It was talk 38. Am I right?
Yes.
37 ali Sadhya Mukti, Krama Mukti is done.
Yeah.
In 38,
Correct. Sadhya Mukti 37. Yeah, it was 37.
In 38, it's something again about Chidabhasa only in 38.
3 minutes talk it was.
What is the difference between the reflection and the image, the image and the thing in front of the mirror? What is the difference between me and my reflection? Is the purport of the talk number 38. What is the difference? Am I the same as the image in the mirror?
I have life. My reflection doesn't have life. It's jada, completely jada. Even otherwise, but here, comparatively, that is jada.
Correct. Whereas
our body, mind, intellect is illumined by the consciousness. Hence, along with the Chaitana, this is not jada. We can say that. Am I correct, Purnima?
Jada and Chaitana never mix. Bottom line.
Okay.
It can never be mixed. They are a different order of reality. That's what Prabhuji says. Is the matter is one order of reality and spirit is another order of reality. They can never mix. That is why the whole thing is an appearance. It's a mithya.
Appearance. Yes, appearance.
That is
in mirror, there is
mute
only reflection, but there is no consciousness.
You said something mute.
In the mirror, there is no consciousness. There is only reflection. That is jada.
Correct. Right. But that is true of the physical example of me standing in front of the mirror or me looking in the camera right now. Whereas in the case of consciousness, which is reflected in the mind, is there any difference between that consciousness and this consciousness? No. They are one and the same. That is why I am able to claim I am Aham Brahmasmi. If there was any change in that reflection in my mind, would I be able to claim that? Would all the Upanishads able to say Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma? No. Because there is absolutely no difference at all between that Purusha outside, that Brahman outside and the Sakshi inside. There is no difference. That is the difference between this physical example of mind and the reflection in the mirror and this reflection of this Brahman in the mind. That is why Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. When Jagat Mithya is being said, in what sense is it is being said? What is the meaning? Does it mean nothing exists? What is the meaning of this Jagat Mithya?
It changes from moment to moment.
Fine. That's the nature of the Jagat you are saying. Nature of Jagat is it changes. Agreed. But why is called a Mithya?
Because world is unreal.
Why is it called unreal?
Because the foundation is Brahman only. It is just as a mirage. If you go into that desert, you feel there is water over there, but there is no water over there. It is just the
something was seen.
It's a dream of Narayana and it's not real.
Right.
Jayate gacchati jagat. It gets dissolved. So that is why it is mithya.
All the explanations are correct. One more way of explaining why Jagat is mithya is, it is mithya as name and form. As Sat it is there, it is true only. As Sat, it is true. As Chit, via my Chit, I am seeing the Jagat. It is true. What is being seen in the Jagat? Not objects. It is Brahman only. In that sense, it is very much Sat only. Jagat, as we understand it, as name and form, is mithya. As it is satya.
It is experientially true.
Experientially true. I am seeing Sat alva, Rajni. What I am seeing is a flower. Flower is only a name and form. That is mithya. As Sat, it is very much Brahman.
Existence.
Ivo Brahma iva napara. Ultimately, it is being said, you and the Brahman and the Jagat is all one and the same.
Purnima can we say that because Jagat is in our mind, if my mind is, if I am happy, I see the flower as a beautiful thing, and if I am in a very bad mood or
Correct.
in some other state of mind, I see the same flower as, oh, it is its petals are in the floor, it is making the place dirty. Those thoughts are coming up,
Correct.
and if my mind is one with the consciousness, then
Yes.
I can see the Satwanti.
Correct. So that is why there are two things: Ishvara Shakshi and Jiva Srishti and Ishvara Srishti. Ishvara Srishti has got no problem at all. It is there. Lion will kill a deer, deer will eat grass, but I can get angry. Why should the lion kill the deer? Non-violence. Or I can say, why should the deer or this cow come and graze in my garden? That is the Jiva Srishti. My problem with my mind is all my creation.
Jeev Srishti.
Jiva Srishti. But whereas in Ishvara Srishti, everything is perfect. Nothing is a problem. That is why yesterday, this example I gave in my talk also, how can I see this imperfect world as perfect? Can I see the imperfect world as perfect?
Yes.
I have to change.
Moving from Jeev Srishti to Ishwar Srishti.
I have to change my vision. For which Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example. He says, if you are traveling on a thorny path, okay, you have to wear chappals. You don't have to cover the entire path with leather. So you cannot make everything that you see as imperfect, you cannot make it perfect. What I can do is change my perception. I work on myself, that is enough. I wear chappal, that is enough. You don't worry about the rest of the road. You go on walking, it won't hurt you. Similarly, when I'm wearing the Jnana Chakshu and walking in the world, nothing will hurt me. Everything will look nice only. Because you can see only Jiva Shrishti. So that is the bottom line. Change the perception, which is what we are all doing in this class. Okay, any more thoughts? Or is that it for the day? I think we have covered both the talks, all the three talks.
Yeah.
So next we will go to 39, which is 39 also small. Then 40, 39, 40, 41, 42. Happily 39, 40, 41, 42. Not much is there.
Purnima, ಮುಂದಿನ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಯುಗಾದಿಪ್ಪ.
Oh yeah, ಮುಂದಿನ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಯುಗಾದಿ. What do we do? Monday morning ಮಾಡೋಣವಾ?
Yeah,
Monday
we can do
morning.
that.
Monday
Monday morning.
morning. Okay.
Let us do it off on Monday morning.
Yeah, sure.
Right, Anupama? Is that okay?
Henceforth, Tuesday morning only, no, as a normal, regular.
I hope it's okay with all of us. Is there any problem? Ade we'll keep Monday or Tuesday so that nodi two options we'll have. So we'll have the
Yeah, that's better. That's better. We can Saturday you can post maybe that it is on Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
Accepting by us, we can carry on as okay.
So next
that should be fun.
Monday morning. Jai. All right. So
Yes,
closing prayer ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿಪ್ಪ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ closing prayer.
Okay.
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಜಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. नानेंबुदु नानल्ल ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನು ನಾನೇ. ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ